Teatuakaro, SOUNZ.
If the panpipes and the nose flutes are known as the soul and the spirit soothers of all the Moana sound instruments, this next one is the equivalent of me saying, "Hey, where are you? Come get me! Don't eat that! Silly!"
In its origins, it was more a caller, a communication, yeah. So for calling out to returning parties, the opening of our marae house, those are used for those purposes. It's just really a calling. It's an announcement.
Around the Moana Islands, the names Pātē, Lali, and Nafa are interchangeable depending on known history, manifestation, application, and whom the instruments were played by. Here's an example. Samoa had the big giant lali, which was also referred to as longo. The smaller handheld version was called nafa. A version of the nafa accompanied the ma'ulu'ulu dance art form from Samoa to Tonga. However, lali remains the same whether it's the original big version or the smaller one used in performing arts in Fiji, Tonga, and most of the Polynesian islands. In the turn of the 19th century, a missionary by the name of John Williams landed in Samoa via Tahiti. He brought with him Tahitian converts who brought with them a collection of pātēs. These pātēs then became the calling or signaling tools to call church times, Sunday school sessions, and everything related to it. The frequency and mastery of use, however, remains in a domain of the Tahitians and the Cook Islanders.
Certain beats, there's a certain time to use the double one, the takirua. And then there's the paumango, different times, and even the main pātē, also different uses, and different times to come in. If you hit the beat the way it's supposed to be, the thing will just stand out in harmonious, cooperative, and yet distinct sound. Our ancestors used the pātē for sending messages, for warnings.
In my view, these instruments are our, I would say, our Morse code, or our mobile phones back in the days, or our telegram to send messages to the next village or to those around what's taking place in that particular village. Like there's a special call for meetings, a special call when there's a wedding, a special drum beat for a funeral. There's a special drumming for when they are crowning a chief or a hariki. So there's various forms and various beats.
Like Tahiti or the wider French Polynesia, the Cook Islands is made up of many islands, each with their own distinguished sound and drum patterns. They refer to them as the southern and northern groups.
North, they use the pātē, but they call it the kōrero, which is the smaller version of the normal pātē. And the sound and the tone of it is different as well. It's very high. And for the southern group, they have the big pātē, which comes in different tones. The sound, how it's made, is there's various ways to tone the pātē so that it sounds the way you want it. Just like a singing, like an opera, there's a bass sound, an alto, a tenor, so it's high, low, and a medium.
Even the puka puka beat is a different beat. The puka puka is got the southern group sound, but they have a different way of hitting the drums. Their beat sounds like a primary school kids hitting it. But you try and hit it the way they hit it, it's quite a difficult way of hitting.
In Vanuatu, the pātē is known by a few names, depending on performance and who is performing.
So there are two different kinds of tam-tam.
There's one, we call it tam tam, or in Pentecost, we call it sing singi. But the smallest one of all, we call it doro doro. Doro doro means a woman can use to do the custom dancing, especially for women. And doro doro means only one doro doro can represent every tam tam. It is all in the beat. While we dance, then we sing it like this. For instance, if we talk about the snake dance, the people in Panama, then we'll be singing like this. Use alo, use alo, mola lengiao. Saline tora, mosalene vatu, mola lengiao. Tono nambol mal mala seveua, seveua. Ravagiage moravagifo, lambis fise autoai, lambis savangu, lambis tembatu, lambis mundan. Use alo, use alo, molaringiao. Saline tora, mosalene vatu, mosaline tora, mosalene vatu, yo 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 yo. So a little tam-tam is representing every instrument. There's no need to use anything. Only one, that's enough.
Amongst all this, there are elders who exist to remind us that material cultures like our sound-producing instruments are tools birthed not from where we settled, but rather a reminder of our history as Tangata Moana, the world's greatest navigators.
In Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, Taiwan, and all that, they still have the word mata for eyes. They have ikan for ika, fish. They have lima for fire and lima for hand. They have langit for rangi. So those, I call them poa. Poa is when you say hold fish and you wash your hand, you smell your hand, you still smell fishy. So poa is the remnants of who we are. So those words connects us to where our work have been coming from. So for any of our Pacific Islands to claim ownership of any instrument and create a legend of its production, I would say fine. But our culture, our instrument have been migrating with the people. For example, you go to Hawaii, you go to Easter Island, they have similar kinds of instruments.
Our people have a history of naming new places we either visit or settled in after where we came from. It is both as a marker of where we arrived to, should we decide to press on somewhere else, or as well as a reminder of where we came from, should we decide to stay and make a home of our new surroundings. In the case of the instruments, it is all of the above.
Toi te ara pūru, SOUNZ.